Alright. So, first things first, we are probably not going to do this. I probably can rethink that. Because I can just scrape the data from their site. Let's get 3DS ROMs. No. Do I want that? I want CDA ROMs. Here we go. So I want to grab all these links. These are in this is every ROM. So we want to get, I want to get all these ROMs. Let's see how many. So we want to get all the LIs, and that will get us the links. All LIs that are within letter section, or how about inner slider, A through Z slider. Let's just do this in the console. We don't need to write code for this, I don't think. Let's just document.query selector all let's get everything within that. Can I access? No, let's. Map is not a function, but I think I can say array dot from dot map, and then we can get the A. Let's return just the return A dot F. All right, I missed this here. Sweet. Let's JSON stringify that. Wrap that up. JSON.stringify. Let's copy it all. Let's put it in our own little file here. Let's put it in this list here. New file. CIA list.json. Now we have the list of ROM URLs, I believe. The last one, do I not have them all, or is this just not showing it all? Let's make it pretty. I think that's by giving it a 0. Let's see. There we go. That looks about right. Tell me that wasn't fast. Easy peasy Japanesey. Do we want to separate it by no, we don't need to. We're just going to go through it. Let's do this then. We have our list. So I want to loop through the list and start downloading ROMs. We'll start with the first 10. We'll start with the first one. I'll just grab one from it. But I think I want to just make this run one at a time, maybe? Let's call this get CIAs, pass in a URL. Now, first things first, I'm getting this data so I could probably build my own site. Maybe we create a folder for each ROM with its name and then a JSON file with the data, an image, a CIA file, and a link probably to the original download file as well. Let's see. We'll try it. First things first, we don't need this. Let's import our const, we'll call it ROM list, probably, or CIA list, because that's what it is. CIA list is equal to require CIA list.json. Now we have all those. Let's just pop that for now. That should get us the first one. And actually, I'm gonna come out of here because let's make this all-encompassing. Maybe it'll take some parameters. The main thing here, that's where we'll do that. Let me pull this. I feel like I've got it all wrong as far as how I want it to be organized, the directory wise. Oh, bull. Oh, whatever. Alright. Well, screw them. Let's see. I think I want to reorganize this. I do want this to be its own function. Screw it. I'll just keep programming in here. Go to, let's say URL. And we'll put CIA list here. Let's see what happens. Right, I need to move that. Doop. Come on. Actually go. Yes. Fuck yeah. No CAPTCHA. Look at all the images for it. Ooh yeah, boy. Pop grabbed the last one, not the first one, so that's fine though. So next we need to follow these links. Zippy share is usually pretty good, I think. So let's get the data first. Let's grab the data and then let's move on to making another function that grabs the links. Let's so in here we can separate these now into like sub files that we can use. Like, let's call them jobs, just so we can keep them separate. I'm just doing it this way. It just seems like it'd be fun. So we'll say grab, or how about image grab images, so we could have that. Let's say exports is equal to let's say it takes in the page. Page meaning it's like a Puppeteer page. Okay. And we'll return the promise. I think that we can do that. Return new promise. I think that's how that works, right? No, it's like this. Resolve. I believe that goes in there. I'm not 100% sure. Alright. Return a promise. Resolve when we're done. So let's say let's go to Puppeteer and see what that involves. We need to evaluate the page. Let's actually give it a DOM. We'll call it DOM. That's what it needs to pass in. No, it's got to be the page. Has to be the page. And then we'll say page or return we'll say results or images is equal to image URLs. We'll say let image URLs be equal to page.evaluate await page.evaluate and then we can grab the image URLs. So easy enough. The images single post content box. Single post content box. That's the wrapper div for all of it. Okay. There's no it looks like post ID we'll go here. Hey, you gotta get Swifty. Thanks for the follow. Why don't you chat with me a little bit, man? It always helps me out. It helps to think and stuff. But yeah, I want to target. Hey, man. Just trying to learn Puppeteer and how to scrape this data. I kind of want to build my own site, my own ROM site as well. I figured a good way to do that is to grab some ROMs, a seed. Also, I want to learn how to scrape data a little bit better. Something that can actually, like, render JavaScript and pull content from that. Pretty cool. What are you up to, man? See if I can target this. let's run the code. Let's test our code in the browser first. That's how I roll. Probably want this at the bottom because that's how I like it. Console. Do I not get to type? Is it just too low? Just hanging out. If I randomly disappeared. Oh, that sucks, bro. So you just so happen to be running potato internet tonight? Document.query selector all. We're going to, let's try to target all of the pictures. And if we want to just get the URLs, let's do the same thing. Array.from. Let's get an array from these. And yeah, I bet. So right now what I'm doing is I'm trying to grab the images from this page. So to do that, I'm just testing out my idea of what the code would be right here in the console. I'm going to map over all the images, and within the section that has the pictures here, I'm going to map over all those and see what images we get. I should be able to just get the URLs. So I'm going to get the image, and what I want to return is an array. Actually, I'm going to be confident. Let's JSON.stringify this. Be confident. Let's be confident that we're going to write this right. Image.source. There we go. Do I want to grab any metadata from it as well? We might be able to do that. Like, what is this? Does it have a title? It has a size. That's good. Yeah, we can make sure we're grabbing the right alt. What's the alt for all these? It's all the same. We can grab the width and height data from it. Let's do that. So in the console here where we're writing this, let's return an object with URL, comma width, will be image dot get attribute width, and height will be image dot get attribute height. Bam. Bam. I'm just now getting into web development. HTML and JavaScript are pretty straightforward. CSS positioning has been a pain for me. Yeah, take a look at Flexbox, or CSS Grid. A lot of people prefer Flexbox though. Do some research into that. It's pretty intuitive. You basically just you get to position things in a grid for the grid, and just adjust the amount of space in the grid structure depending on the size of the window or the device that's visiting the site. It just kind of makes a bit more sense. where am I missing my 1, 2, oh yeah, I need comma 0, comma 4, I'm gonna say 4. That's for the stringify. Bam, son. And let's make it so that if it doesn't have a width or height, it doesn't return. So let's go back here. Dot filter. I'm gonna say image again, and in here we'll say return image dot width is not equal to null. There's an easier way to say that, but screw it. Oh, I can't. I gotta do it before the stringify. Bam. But can you control plus the console? It's pretty hard to read on stream. Tell me when. Okay. So that worked. So what I did was some all on one line bogus bullcrap. That's not very helpful to look at like this, I guess. But I'll just read it in English. JSON.stringify is going to take a JSON object and convert it into a string, so it's easily copied, and structure it. So I put 4 here. That's how many spaces for each like level of the JSON object. If I put 2 in here, you'll see that it's just a tighter string. What I did is I query selected, which is basically parsing the DOM, the document, for any images within the element that has all of these classes. And luckily we just really have one. So that's good there. Here's the image that we're parsing for all the images. So bam. And this array.from is just going to convert into an array. Oh. Alright. So anyways, we're going to take a JSON object and we're going to make it into text. So that's what it's doing on the outermost. It might be easier to start from the inside onto what I'm doing. So first thing I'm going to do then is I'm going to query select or select an element from or elements from the DOM that are images within a element that has all of these class names, which just so happens to be basically like all the content from here. No, you're good. From here, you're basically the only one talking to me, bro. I want to talk to you. So all the content from here to basically the end of the content, I believe, which I think it includes this data here, hopefully, because I'll be able to use that later. But I'm grabbing the images, so that's going to be all these. And one thing that I found, so once I grab that, I loop through it, and all I want is the image source, the width of the image, and the height of the image. So that's what I'm getting here. I further filter it down because I guess there are some other images, probably like ads and junk. And one of the things I found is the images that are for the game have a width or a height. So I just filter that array to only include ones that don't, that actually have a width. So that would lead me to believe that it's for the game. Then, so then what I'm doing at the outside is stringifying it, which is taking that array and kind of like making it readable, so I can just copy and paste it into a document. So if I run this, then I'm getting what should be all of the games. And it looks like they have a name here. I might be able to grab the name too. So like this one says, is it cover? This is shot 1, shot 2, shot 3. If that's really the same, like for every game, I don't really have to do that. But so what I wanted is to have this piece of code here. So now that I have this piece of code, I'm going to copy it. I'm going to come back over into my image downloader, and this should be inside of here. And I don't have to JSON stringify this because I don't really care. Thanks. Now I should be able to just return this here. Or even better, yeah, return that there. Then I can return. Ooh, we can cut this down even more. Let's just return. Return or resolve? It's resolve. Resolve. I don't see. That's the other thing. I don't know if I have to, if I can resolve and await. You know what? I know what I can do though. I cannot await this because that's the point. Oh wait. I'm sorry. I'm still new to all this stuff, man. Yeah, I make YouTube videos, but not recently. I also rap, so I have like some songs on YouTube of mine. But yeah, it's been a while since I made some YouTube videos. I have some old game dev videos for a project that I abandoned, and then some things that I started, like a couple 5-minute functions is what I call them, like just some stuff that I was gonna go on a tangent and continue to do a bunch of 5-minute functions. Just something that you could learn and do really quick in 5 minutes. You can make a helpful function that you could use or reuse. Do I rap on stream? I have rapped before on stream, I think, but I don't think I have any videos of that. I do a lot of things. I also play GTA 5 roleplay, so I'm on a roleplay server. Me and my buddies get on here and chat a lot. Right now I'm leaving them alone. They're playing Ark. I could be on there with them right now, but I kind of wanted to do some scraping today and kind of share some learning experience. Sometimes I use Twitch as kind of like a video diary for myself too. So even if nobody comes on here and talk and you know, get my ideas out, it seems like a fun little thing to do. I think I can just return await. Yeah. At one point when I was really focusing hard on streaming and stuff, I went, like when I first started, in like the first 2 months I had like 12 followers. I mean, sorry, like 12 subscribers, and I already had close to 100 followers. I need to get back into it. I really enjoy doing it. And I met a lot of really fun people. My friends are that's how I met my friends. Yeah. My YouTube is, let me find it, youtube.com. I don't even know where do I go to give you my I guess you could get to mine from this video. That's one of my videos. That's just like a little 1-minute sample of me rapping, but you can get to my channel, I mean, if you go there. Okay. So I should, in theory, this should return an array of images. If I then go to this, let's say I grab image downloader. In jobs, I could even yeah, I don't remember if I have any. I don't think I have that in my list. I had some stuff that I had put as commands that you can use. I think it's just Jamie Nichols. Jamie Nichols. Yeah, it's just github.com/Jamie Nichols. Oh, cool. Look at you. And there's a bunch of junk in there. There's a bunch of incompleted bullcrap. I am the worst person to follow in the world. I apologize now for you meeting me and wanting to know how to program with JavaScript. I can teach you how to start a lot of things and finish no things. I'm good at it. Probably the best person I know. I mean, for goodness sake, the first thing I sent you from YouTube is a song that isn't finished. Dead. Don't die. Don't die! Whatever you do! You can enjoy the hilarity that is my GitHub. So this, I want to get this to work. Let's see if we can get this to work. I'm just going to include it. Image downloader is equal to require image. Is it image downloader? There we go. I'm not worried right now about organization. I can organize this shit in a minute. Let's just get proof of concepts working. So if image downloader is the right thing, okay, and it is an async function, right? That means I can await for those images. So I can say no, I've been programming since I was about 13 and got really into JavaScript years ago. I'm 31 now, so I'm self-taught and I don't teach myself. I'm not a good teacher for myself, so I don't know too much for how long I've been programming. But just through osmosis, I know, enough to be helpful to some people. but I definitely do not know enough for how many years I've been programming. But hey, you put enough time into something, you're going to learn. You thought I was like 20? No, I'm old. I'm super old. Like super old. Let's call them, let's just say they are CIA images. And we'll await image downloader passing in the page. What do you think's gonna happen? What the fuck do you think's gonna happen? Let's console.log that. Console.log CIA images. Do we have to wait for those? I don't know. Blue screen on your phone? My screen, I'm still seeing it fine. Wait, on your computer or on my stream? Because my stream is still showing up in my dashboard. Hey, if there's any other creepers here, man, just watching my stream, sitting back, thinking, you know what, maybe I should say something, but I'm not sure because this guy seems weird. Well, I am weird. I promise you that. But you should also come in and chat with me because I am a lonely human, and it's 2:32 a.m. here in Michigan, and I would like to talk to someone without getting corona, and I felt like this would be a good way. Oh, that's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna run it, and then I'm gonna... Good. That's what's gonna happen. I actually agree with you. What I think is gonna happen is I'm gonna run it, and nothing's gonna happen. So I'm already ruining things. Line 4. Hey, actually, that's a good sign. On line 4, there is an error. Let's fix that. So first off, let's expand some of our code so that we can read it like, you know, humans are supposed to. Because that's not how it's supposed to look. Make it look pretty. Then we can see easily what's wrong. Rainbow brackets. You know what? Give me a second. Oh, I'm sure that it does. Oh, rainbow. Let's see, buddy. Uninstall. Looks like it's got some sort of stuff going on. Let's see. Page.evaluate is not a function. Yeah. Excuse me. Page.evaluate is definitely a function. let's see. Puppeteer page.evaluate. I think that can you fix my Discord server? I don't do anything on my Discord, man. Which one are we talking about? What, I mean, I don't even remember. Let's see. I'm trying to find it on mine. I think I actually lost my... Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had lost my Discord and I had to start a new one. Because I was having some issues with that. Let me... Yeah. This right now is the one that I think I had that I was going to start. I can send you an invite. Like, I quite literally had to abandon that. I know. I'm horrible. It wouldn't matter if I had the server link. I wouldn't have access as an admin anymore. Because I lost my Discord account. Can I change his role? I want to get back into it, so like honestly having a good one would be nice. Can I... I'm not sure how I can change your role right now. It's not showing up. No, I didn't lose it in the list. I lost my old Discord. I don't see where I can change your roles. I don't even know if I have roles set up. Let me see. Server settings. Roles. Everyone. Let's add a role. Admin. Permission. Here we go. I'm creating the role. Manage nicknames, manage emojis. I'll start adding a bunch of people to it too. Save changes. Now I should be able to change role. Roles, admin. Yeah, now I mean now if we could create some stuff. I'll start investing some time into streaming and getting people on board. I see I have 3 people viewing, but you know, only 1 talking to me. That's fine. Just sit there. Be a creeper. Okay, so I have an issue, and the issue is page.evaluate. Return await page.evaluate. Let's see. Console.log page. I need to wait. What do I need to wait for? I need to wait for an element. Puppeteer page.wait for element. Wait for selector. Simple page. Let's wait for, easy enough, dot post single content dot evaluate. I'm not sure. I'll have to do a little bit of digging for this part. There's the captcha I've been waiting for. That's no bueno. I gotta now I have to figure out how to pass that. Maybe let's change a little bit of how we're doing this. Let's start out by keeping things in here. Can we say const images is equal to Oh shit. Right up from. I'm gonna keep this on one line. Map. Filter. Evaluate. Unexpected token. Line 15. Okay. No capture that time. Right. We need to do this separate. Correct. Then that should be right. I'm gonna have to do something for captures. I already know it. Page.evaluate is not a function. Don't even ask me what just happened with that. Why it popped that up like that. Let's see. Page.evaluate. How is that not a function? Eval. Oh. Well, what did you know? What are you guys doing? You're sitting there watching me. You're not helping. I didn't even know I spelled that wrong. There we go, boys. Look at what we got down here. We've got all the images. Motherfuckers. Sorry, man, if I had that set up. So that people don't just spam the caps. Sorry, brah. But so we got images. We got step number 1, grab images, done. Let's pull this out now. Put it back. Let's pull it out of here. No, let's just make it so that this is not images. Instead, we'll call it CIA data. What's up? Anyone viewing me? Mr. Fourth Viewer, how are you doing? You know, if you're sitting back, not doing anything, you know, and you're just bored, just come say hello, say hi. chill with me. Just, you know, being silly. Scraping websites, getting data. You know, doing my thing. I'm not very good at it, but at least you can come make fun of me. So, let's call that CIA data. Let's continue to console log it. But I'm going to, instead of just returning the image, returning this, let's instead say const images. We'll set that equal to that. Let's tuck that little biznitch away. It didn't really want to tuck, did it? Well, now that I've got that categories, let's check them out by rules, announcements, intro, web development, nice, tech general. I like it, brah. Now I need to update my Streamlabs so that it takes them to the right right Discord, huh? Let's grab the correct Discord. Copy. We'll go to Streamlabs. Log in with probably my Twitch. There we go. Go to CloudBot. Commands. Discord. Edit it. Paste. Confirm. There we go. Now it's the correct one. Yeah, make roles. Go hog wild, and I'll try to get some people in there too. If you're watching this stream right now, what we're doing is scraping a website for 3DS ROMs. My brother-in-law wanted me to basically put homebrew and stuff on his 3DS, so I said, yeah, I'll do that. Totally. So I did, but now I want all the ROMs in the world, and I want them now. So I'm scraping this website, getting all the ROMs and all the data, because what if I want to start my own website? Now I can, because I'm going to grab all of their data, and I'm going to grab their ROMs, and I'm going to own them. And then I'll get sued. Actually, through digging, I found out this website's hosted out of Russia, so they don't care. So why should I care? So we've got our images. Let's actually make this a function so I can collapse it. Return, and we'll say equal to function. We'll do it like this. There. Now this is a function here that I should be able to collapse down. There we go. So we got our images. So let's return our object with images being one of the things in the object. So one thing cool about ES6 is if you create an object and you already have a variable with a name, you can just put that in there and it will set the key and the value automatically. From here, let's do another thing. Let's grab some more data. We're all about that data, All about the data, oh yeah. I wonder if there's any Facebook groups I can post to about me doing this right now. Oh. All right. Maybe somebody will come hang out from that group. Who knows? So let's zoom in here. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. That's too crazy. Let's go down to the bottom here and grab the last one, which is what we were in. Now, one thing we want I don't really want games that are not at least don't they need to at least have the US. Like, I can't play ROMs that aren't from the US. Should I worry about that later? Yeah, you're right. Get them all right now. Worry about whether I can play them later. I want to have everything. Because I can. Because I'm going to rule the world. And I'm starting by ruling this website. So, we've got images. Right? Now, what else do we want? Let's look back at this site I just threw away. No, I don't want to open Minecraft. What's that? I already had it open. What? So, one thing that we want. Let's get the short description. Let's take a look at some other examples. So, take a look at this one. Bam, bam, 3 screenshots. Oh yeah, it looks like it's going to be the same thing. So we can assume that the second p tag, third p tag, inside of this is going to have a short description in which we can leave the HTML or get rid of the HTML and make it just text. Let's keep the HTML in there. So no HTML. We want to just keep it just the text without HTML. What if we want to separate out the name? I guess if we need to do something special with the name, we can just pull it out of there. Do you think that they just say Yeah, let's just remove the HTML out of it. And we'll just make it flat text. So to do that, let's do our handy dandy console stuff. So first things first, let's find it. So to find it, let's target that element. So no, we're good. We'll get rid of that. We can do what we want with HTML. Like if we get rid of it, we can structure the HTML how we want and do our own little stuffs. So let's get the content. So we'll say document.query selector. We're not doing all this time because we only want that second one. So let's get all the P's. Actually, we do want all. P. And let's get the second indice. Dot inner text, and look at what we see right there. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Hey, are you seeing what I'm seeing right there? Just this line right there gets us that short description. Let's copy what we wrote. We don't even have to click enter. We just know it's gonna work. One thing I will say is this, we're reusing this. I feel like I can come up here, const, let's say raw, or how about CIA element is equal to document.query selector. Let's put that in there. We'll refer to this one time. It's got to be better to do it that way, right? Refer to this, come down here. Now we should be able to just say CIA element with a lowercase c. We camel case our stuff here. This, even this images should really be lowercase, which would make this lowercase here. We want lowercase. So we're going to refer to that element one time, CIA element, bam. Then we should be able to do the same thing here, CIA element dot query selector, and then we can name this one okay. Let's do this const we don't need to make this. The only reason I made that a function, this sounds silly, the only reason I made it a function is so I could collapse it. Let's stop being silly. We won't make it a function. We don't need to collapse it. What we need to do is just need a comment. Grab all the relevant images. Now, do we want to download those? Yeah, we'll want to download those at some point. Next thing we'll do is get short CIA or game description. Let's just call this short description. Do they give us a long description, or is that the only description they even give us? So really that's just going to be the description. Let's just call it description. It's equal to CIA element dot query selector all, and then we just need the P's from there because we already got that. We don't. Okay, so now images. Oh wait, no, description. So we're getting that. Let's make this, like, what's going on? Why do we not have the title? It's literally the first thing we should be grabbing. How about this? Looks like it's the H1 with title, single title. Let's double check it. Console. Document dot query selector all. And it looks like we should be able to just, and not query selector all, query selector. Dot inner text. Now this has a bit more than just the name. This has more than the name in it. It has which version and that it's from the eShop. So we should find the name somewhere else. See, like this has all this other stuff in it. The name exists in the short description within the strong tags. So let's get that one instead. So let's just we already know where we got that short description. We got the inner text here. Let's we're gonna get the game description and title. So first we'll say const title description, and we'll set that equal to this. And then title description dot inner text, that will set that. Const title is equal to title description dot query selector strong dot inner text. And we'll put title right here. Now, I didn't test that code. Let's see what that does. I didn't test any of that bullshit. Oh, great. We ain't testing nothing, homies. We're just doing stuff for no reason without tests. It's gonna have errors and shit's gonna be stupid and I won't have any friends. Can you at least not give me a capture right now? Good. Alright, let's see what we got. Title 80s Overdrive 3DS. Description 80s Overdrive 3DS is an arcade racing game developed and published by Insane Code, released on the 3rd of December 2017. And then there's the images. Can I get a whoa whoa? Sweet. Oh, shit's happening, bro. Now we can get all this stuff here. And let's see how that's separated. Okay. Oh. We got the size here. So now let's grab this data. We'll split it up in some weird ways, though. You're gonna see how hacky I can be. So the thing is the only real thing that we have is this. Let's see if this returns what we want. So if we're lucky, document.query selector, come on. And then this is actually in the style tag. Style. It looks like it is, homies. Dot inner text. Hell yeah. All right. Holy crap, man. Is there a way for me to, like, show that I'm streaming on here? Like, where it lets everyone know that I'm streaming? Oh, so it shows that I'm streaming on here too? That's cool. So now we have this. It looks like I can split it by dots. Split by that's pretty cool. Cool. Then we can dot map data So take a look at this. Tell me what you think of this concept or how I wrote this. So I got all these different attributes. We can say return and let's see. I'm trying to think how I'm going to do this. You should give yourself an admin role. That way you can just be displayed from everyone else. Yeah, you're right. Let's see. Oh, that's cool. It says I'm streaming. That's sick. Let's separate that and server settings. Bam. There you go. Alright, so now I need to set the attribute name. What's that supposed to do? What should I have it do? It shows how long you've been watching. Is that something that is just regular part of Twitch? Or did it not work for you? Default. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see that in here on Streamlabs. What the heck? Let me see. I looked at it. I don't see it as an option in here. Commands. Quote, giveaway, user management, loyalty, queue, timers, commands, defaults. Let's see. Yeah, I searched watch and it doesn't show anything. Yeah. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure where it went. Oh my goodness. What's up?
What's up? Your mic cut out.
I just said what's up.
Oh.
Am I? Oh,
Nothing.
I'm in a general. Okay, I forgot I put my.
Yeah, you're in the general stuff.
Awesome. No, you're fine, man. I actually have. That's how I met some of my friends right now that are in Canada. They're playing Ark right now. I met them just by having them join me in Discord from my streams. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice, nice. We're neighbors.
Oh,
I'm in
yeah?
Ohio.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry
no,
you live
it's
in
okay,
Michigan.
Buddy. I don't know. I enjoy Ohio. It has Cedar Point.
I've never been, to be honest with you.
That's unfortunate.
Sorry. Yeah, kinda.
Awesome. I've been a few times.
Yeah. Do you like it?
Yeah, it's pretty sick. It's got the best coasters in like the country.
Is my mic too quiet or too loud?
Perfect.
Alright.
My problem is my microphone is trying to fall over. Don't fall over, Mike. You're good. Okay. Yeah, so now I'm trying to figure out how I want to split up this data right now. So how old are you, bud?
I'm 16.
Yeah, just getting into programming in general?
No, I started when I was probably 8 or 9.
Oh, yeah? You started programming at 8 or 9?
Yeah, I started doing a lot of VBS back then. Yeah, I got in a lot of trouble.
Really?
Yeah, you know how you can create the
yeah.
loops in VBS. Yeah, and get the pop-ups going. I did that in my, you know how we used to have the computer class, and I did that when I was in like 5th grade, and they couldn't figure out how to turn it off.
That's hilarious. Yeah, the only Visual Basic stuff I programmed was in Outlook, or what was it, Excel spreadsheet. They let you use VBS in there.
I have not used VBS in so long.
Yeah, I've made a lot of money just making some Excel programs and stuff.
Yeah.
So
kind?
I had one that
Just
would go to Craigslist for this company. This guy, he did lawn care and like maintenance, and it would go and find uh like like motel and apartment complexes and stuff, and it would get the number for that company or that building, and so that he could send an auto dialer to them to like get business for his, like, so they could do like mowing and plowing and shoveling driveway or shoveling pathways and stuff. I guess he paid me like $500.
that's pretty
Yeah,
sick, dude.
I actually scraping websites and stuff has been like one of the most influential parts of programming for me. I made software back in 2013 that would scrape Amazon data and put it into a spreadsheet that you could upload to eBay, and people were using that.
Mm-hmm.
That made me like $22,000 that year.
That's
yeah, it was pretty
insane.
fun. It was a great year. Sitting in my PJs at 23. But this is now kind of my hobby. I work retail selling phones, which makes me pretty good money. I have pretty good benefits, but that's not what I want to do. Eventually, I'll have my own software and my own business and shit. But
Or you'll be a famous programming streamer.
That's
Whatever
or maybe a gangster rapper.
Ooh, too.
Let's see. Frag. Call that a fragment. Let's call that a fragment. Because we can. Because that's what I want to call it. Alright, so what I'm trying to do right now is split up this data so that it's its own set of data. So release date will be the key, release date, and then the value will be that. So right now it's kind of just a string. Well, it's an array separating each one of those things. But doesn't really help. I won't be able to search by release date or any of that because it's all just one blob of text. So I need to kind of separate it out. So we'll create a variable called info, set it equal to a blank object, and then info. Oh, and then we'll also split our, so const, let's say split frag, because it's going to be split fragments equal to frag dot split by colon, because that's what they separate it by. Then we will trim that. Now that should give us, okay, we also want to remove, oh shoot, I didn't want to press enter yet. Oh wait, derp.map v v.trim. That should do that. Okay. I want const key to be equal to split frag 0 dot, oh, I could have trimmed that actually. Replace spaces with nothing, and we'll lowercase it dot to lowercase. I think that's right. Well, oh, I'm not returning anything. Alright. Let's see. What's next? What's next? Const val is equal to split frag 0, no, 1 dot. Do I need to do anything with it? It's already trimmed. We'll just do that. And info key is equal to val. I keep hitting enter when I want to hit shift enter. Return info. Well, by golly. Hey.
Hey, the one viewer host, not actually a viewer.
What? What was that?
Oh, it was a host. It puts your live
Oh,
stream on
I
my.
didn't know that you streamed too.
I haven't streamed for a while, but I
Nice.
used to a lot. I got to like 500 followers and I started to get really burnt out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had like 12 or 13 subs. That was pretty cool. But
I kind of miss it. I got burnt out in video games, to be honest with
I
you.
don't really play video games as much. I do a lot of programming. Lately, I did a lot of video games, but that's because it's more social. It's easier to get people to like hang out and play games with you.
That's true.
Right. So I also need to. I want to filter so that I don't have any undefined. Because right now I have an array. Split. I want to filter and make sure that data that oh man data I want to make sure that that is equal to undefined. Oh wait, damn it, that is equal to undefined. Son of a bitch. No? Maybe?
I'm kind of offended you use light theme in your console.
I know, you know what, you're right. I did change it at one point. I just don't know why it is not.
It's in the gear.
Yeah. I was using that. Oh, it's so much prettier. Is it equal to null? Or trying to figure out the fastest way to get rid of that one at the end. If it's always the same, it's always just the 7th index, then I could just get rid of that, or I can just do an array pop. Let's say so we'll just put const info is equal to
I'll be right back.
Const info no var info is equal to info dot pop console dot log info. There it is. Or maybe I just slice it, and then I can keep it on one line of code. No, I want 8. And without slice, I have 8. Yeah. Let's see. Var. Var. Maybe I can do that first.
Have you ever messed around with smart contracts?
Smart contracts.
Yeah, and Solidity?
No. What is that?
No. Do you know what the Ethereum blockchain is?
Slow down. What are you saying?
Sorry, my bad. Do you know what the Ethereum blockchain is? Ethereum cryptocurrency?
Yeah, I know what cryptocurrency is.
But do you know what Ethereum is?
I think I've heard of it. Is it a cryptocurrency itself?
Yes, it's a cryptocurrency itself.
I think I have heard of it.
So you know how cryptocurrency operates all on a bunch of nodes? It's a pure network. The smart contracts are basically the set of rules it follows when going through an exchange or when you're making a payment, things like that. So the project I'm working on right now, it's called I sent you in the chat. It's called When Moon and When Burn, and it's self-minting and auto-destroying cryptocurrency. So it's 2 coins, or I guess they're called tokens, that are a subcoin to Ethereum. So it's a smaller coin within inside of Ethereum. And the way it works is when you spend one moon, it will destroy run at the one burns. So right now I'm creating a coin flip game that will link the smart contract to the game itself, if that makes any sense.
So
when you can bet the token, and then whether you win or lose, it affects the win burn or win boon, the 2 different coins.
I see what you're saying. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
That seems like it's going to be a pretty interesting little thing.
Yeah, it's a bit of a headache right now, but having fun.
That's all that matters, man. Now I'm trying to figure out how I want this to work. I've got it separating these. They're objects. That's not really what I want. Oh yeah, I know what I want. Frag.split. I want info. Info needs to be out here. These need to be not being pushed into info, but they need to be pushed into my CIA info. Set that equal to blank object. There we go. And then I want to change this to CIA info. I don't need to return anything. And shit. The other thing is, let me just put it if key dot length is greater than 0.
So do you personally prefer grid or flex?
I am not much for front end development, to be honest. Like I'm much more into this stuff. Like front end stuff really fucking just it just yeah.
It's tedious.
But I have a better grasp of grid, but a lot of people think Flexbox is better. Like my buddy Caleb, he really is all about that Flexbox. I wonder if they're still playing. They are. They're all still playing. They're playing Arc right now.
Didn't Arc just come out free on the Epic Game Store? Pretty sure it did.
It's the base game, yeah, I think it is free.
Yep, right now it is. Or no, that's the editor. Yeah, it came out free temporarily. As one of Epic Games' deals or whatever, they're sweet.
Yeah. So this should do it. This should do it. I don't need to slice it now. I'm only going to be putting it in. And then I should be able to just say CIA info dot. Oh wait, no, that's not where I wanted. That's still fine. This one. CIA info dot description. CIA info dot title. Go back to my stream. Dot title, bam, 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 and then where's my images? I can still add that. CIA. Oh, I can put that up here. This should be the right thing, and then now I can just say CIA info dot images. Return CIA info. Now what happens? Now what the fuck happens? Besides, I have an error. Or I'm gonna have to eventually solve CAPTCHAs too. Oh, there's an error. Now, the other thing is, why do I keep going to this image? I don't tell it to go to a picture. Evaluation failed. Reference CIA info is not defined. CIA info. Right here. I had a spelling error. Of course. That happens all the time. Misa not so smart when it comes to the spelling. Oh, here comes a capture. Nope, cool. Look at that. So here's the data that I've gathered. So we have images, release date, genre, publisher, developer, region, language, platform, ROM type, description, and title. Genre, we are going to separate into an array. Because I want.
How would you go about solving the CAPTCHAs?
Solving what?
The CAPTCHA. Like, how would you...
Oh, a CAPTCHA.
Oh, CAPTCHA.
Okay. Yeah, so there's a few ways. I mean, there's a few services. They're all the same basic ways. There is one called, I think it's 2CAPTCHA. That's what I was using before. Let me bring it up. Yeah, so 2CAPTCHA. So that these are all services that let you solve CAPTCHAs by submitting the CAPTCHA to their API, and then they have a bunch of people who like solve them for you, and you just pay a small fee.
All right.
It's nothing
That's
that
cool.
anybody here in a first world country would make any money doing, but other workers in some other country sitting at a computer all day just solving CAPTCHAs, making pennies, you know, could be the difference between feeding their family or not, I guess. So, but yeah, it would be nothing worth making any money here. But it's actually quite a good rate. You can get 1,000 CAPTCHAs for 50 cents in this, you know, this style. And
That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, and I mean,
Workers
what was
band.
that?
It says workers band.
Yeah, so their whole thing that they try to let you know is like that they keep up on it. They don't let, like, there's not people in the works that are, you know, screwing your software up and getting you completely like IP blocked by not solving it correctly. And
Yeah.
they say their average response time is less than 12 seconds.
Pretty fast.
But it's depending on the CAPTCHA as well. So it looks like the average solving speed, depending, normal CAPTCHAs is 21 seconds, but reCAPTCHAs is up to 42 seconds. ReCAPTCHAs are the one that you have to like select all of the pictures that are a crosswalk or whatever, you know.
I hate those ones. So do they send the same CAPTCHA to different people and they compete, or is just one CAPTCHA going to
So a person, I've actually been on the other side of it, just seeing what it was like, and you basically log in on their site, They may have an app depending on how it works, a program for your computer, and you just sit there and they load in the most recent captcha that somebody's app is requesting right to your screen, and you solve it. It's one person solving one captcha, the most recent captcha at a time. But it could be thousands of people working. Right now, it looks like there's 3,800 people solving recaptchas right now.
That's actually a sweet concept.
And it's about $3 for 1,000 recaptchas, and that's because that's the most difficult one to solve. But I mean, you can see, since I've started scraping, I put a little bit of work into researching like the better way to bring up the settings for the browser so that I don't get flagged as a bot as easy. But I think I've been doing this for a few hours now and loading the page up quite a bit, and I only have had one time where it asked for a captcha so far. So
That's good.
1,000 captchas for $3 would really set me back very much at all.
No.
It wouldn't be much of an issue. So it looks like I'm getting all of the information I want right now. The next thing that I want to grab, though, is the actual links to the ROMs.
So you're considering building your website?
Yeah, I'm considering. I actually have a hosting company that, me and my buddy have a hosting company. We're doing pretty well. So I've got a lot of extra bandwidth and extra storage that I can use.
Alright. Are you gonna live stream you building it?
I probably would, yeah. Now that I have all this data, but I probably want to get a hold of some people to do some front end work. My buddy Caleb's pretty good at it, but he uses a lot of really cool Node modules and things like that. Like, he's really big into this framework called Gatsby. Gatsby is pretty cool.
What's
It's
it do?
a front end framework that lets you build a static website, but like dynamically. So it's like rendered as it basically you build your whole website in JavaScript with Node.js and stuff, and it's over top of, I think I want to say, the Vue framework or something like that, or React, over top of React. And what it does is it allows you to use React and build the site, and then when you publish it, it actually takes every link and makes a static HTML page for it. So it loads, the pages load really quick. Dynamic data gets loaded in, separately, but the main stuff like metadata and things like that get loaded really, really fast. And it's also really great for like spiders and and indexing for search engines and stuff. But it's really cool. It's like going back in time in essence, because nowadays, like, everything's so dynamically rendered, right? Each page is actually just one page with some variables. Well, with this, every single page is in a separate file, like a separate page, which is kind of how the internet used to be back in the day. But it's for the benefit of speed, like, it's just really much faster than trying to pull data from the database all the time, So it's pretty interesting. But he uses that for like a lot of his projects. Plus, there's a thing called Graphql, which is like a new way for APIs. Instead of using like a REST API, with all the get data and just getting back a JSON object with blah blah blah, it actually is like a really cool way that you submit like a query, and it returns the data in the same structure that you sent the query in. So like you can actually structure the response by structuring your actual request. So the data structure that you get is pretty specific to what you want,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that.
It's really, really interesting, and I've actually built one the back end of one, I was starting a website that actually I was starting my own API for getting movie information, movie data, including like torrent links and all that kind of stuff. But what I was doing is wrapping other APIs that existed and like kind of mixing that with scraping like I'm doing now to have one like all encompassing GraphQL API where you could pull like, you know, genre data, the title of a movie, like what actors were in the movie. You can pull like you could actually like I want to get this a movie with this title and I want to get its cast, and I want to get from the cast I want to get the actors, and then from the actors I want to get their names, and then I want to get the list of all the other movies that they worked on. You know what I mean? Like you can do it that way. You can cycle through all of that information, and like it will return it in that exact order. So you'd be able to parse it, actors, you know, like you can filter through the actors. You could get your data however you'd like it, you know, in only the relevant data.
That's
it's like really cool. It helps because a lot of the times you'll have to do multiple requests to get something like that. Like if you want to get actor data from a movie, you'd have to get the movie, then you'd have to get the, you know, from there once you have the movie ID, then you can go and grab the actors' IDs from that movie or something, right? And then once you have the actor IDs, then you can go grab the actor info, and it's just kind of like multiple requests, and it's it's slow. With this, it's like one request to the server. The server then knows what you're wanting and sends you the data that you want without all the extra bullshit.
That's so much more optimized.
Yeah, I mean, my system that I was using in the back end was actually still doing all the REST API stuff because I was wrapping other people's APIs. But still, it was one request to my server. My server was then only going out and grabbing the relevant data with the REST APIs.
That's good.
Yeah.
Very good.
And I mean, I've made a few different movie websites in the past that were for like friends and family, but those are all gone now. I had one grabmovies. What was it? Grabmovies.tv or something. I'm not sure exactly what it was. That one was really cool. I had like you could go and stream it just like some of those websites that, you know, you go to and they actually have the online streaming. You could go to mine, view the sources, and like you could search a movie, it'd grab all the sources. It would even start like in the background, just by going to the movie, it would automatically start downloading the torrent on my home server. And like the next time if someone would search it, it would actually have my own server as a source. It was pretty cool, and you could like watch the movie right from the browser.
Wow.
It was
awesome.
Fucking piratey as fuck, but it wasn't for everybody. It was for myself and friends.
It works, dude.
Right. Okay, so next thing is to get the links for. I don't really care about these links. I want to get the actual CIA file. So I wanted to parse these, though. This is going to be interesting. First, I need to get them. These are within... Are they within the same subheader? They're within single post. I got that with the style. Now how am I going to refer to these boys? I know. Let's do it strong and then A. Alright. Sorry, I'm thinking out loud here. I guess I'm supposed to. I'm streaming.
Yeah, you're good. I think out loud all the time.
Okay, so to get those, what I want to do is again, I need to let's see what just strong accessing the links within the strong tags gives me. Document.query selector all strong A. Dot filter. We'll filter A. Let's only get the ones that let's see what separates these from the rest of them. Maybe they're the last. Let's see if they're always the last 4 or something. If so, we can just do a splice. Let's map this first. We don't have a map function, so right up from dot map a, and we're going to return a dot ref. Okay. So they are definitely not. They're in the middle of the pack here. And what's something that's specific about them? They have to contain Getsy or CST, whatever that means. I'm pretty sure that's the only. Wait, they all have a W. And I think I remember all of them always having a W after the slash. I don't know if that's dependable enough. So we'll do the same thing. We'll say dot filter link, and we'll say if link dot contains, no, what is it, dot includes, I think it's contains. Guesty or link dot contains CC true false. Wait, no, we don't need that. We just need this part. Contains, isn't it? Then it's got to be includes. By golly, Bob, I think I did it. That's pretty short.
For real? What's that?
So that grabs me the links to. No, this is the links to the ROMs on, like, where you. This is the start of getting the ROMs. And so the process is different whether I go to the guesty site or the ceasty site. I have to then figure out what process to use. I have to, but this is the links to all of those. So progress for sure. What I'll do now is add that CIA info dot links is equal to, let's see what happens now when we run it. Pops up, gives us a captcha to solve. No. I feel like there must have been, oh, nope, there wasn't an error. There we go. There's the links. Now I can parse through those how I need to. What's this do? Let's open this up. Let's see where it takes us. We're waiting. I remember I need to click this link here. So I need to wait for that. I've already did this part actually before, but I was using a different automation module. Instead of using Puppeteer, I was using a thing called Nightmare. Puppeteer is a little bit better for getting around the captchas. So as far as like it makes the website think I'm a human a little bit better than Nightmare did.
That's always a good thing, right?
So we
less money.
We want to look for the button. This button here. Wait for element. So now that we've got those links, we've got everything we need here. Now what's next is, let's return that data. Return await, and what did we call that? CIA data. Go back to index, get CIA data. Let's say const CIA data is equal to and then console.log CIA await CIA data. I think I still need to put await here. Make sure that this still works. What is that? Const await is only valid in async functions. Get CIA. Get CIAs. Well, that is supposed to be. Get CIAs is supposed to be an async function. Maybe I have to set it up as a promise. Let's try that. So we'll say return new promise. Resolve. Put all that bullshit inside of the promise. But the last thing I think I need to do now, I think I can't set this. Await page. Let's see if I can do dot then. CIA info. Resolve CIA info. I don't feel like that's right.
Have confidence.
No, it's for some reason it's not recognizing that that's asynchronous. What the fuck? It is asynchronous, motherfucker. Return new promise. Well then, what? That's not going to work because it has to. I have to wait for all that data. I can't just return it. Async function.
Did you start this tonight, or have you been working on it?
I started it tonight. Yeah.
With the live stream?
I mean, I did a couple things before the live stream, just kind of to verify some stuff before I went live.
Gotcha.
That's good. Await page. Evaluate. I have to set this equal to. So, const CIA info. I'm just gonna call it that. What the hell? Now, why would this all of a sudden not be asynchronous? I mean, not all of a sudden, but why isn't it recognizing it as an async function? Oh. Maybe I have to do this. This is gonna sound silly, but I think that I have to put all this inside of an async function that I can call automatically. Console.log await CIA data. well, I can't just put random freaking characters in there. Look at that. That's why. Perfect. Sweet. Don't ask me why it keeps going to that link.
Image it. Is it an issue?
Nothing that I think that's going to be a problem, because I've got the information I need to now start actually manually going and doing things like going to these links and starting the process for downloading. So first things first, we've waited for that. Let's do maybe we'll create a file called download guesty. That would be fine. So const, we'll start with the guesty one, equal to require dot guesty. I think that's what it is. Go in here, new file. All right. We will create a async function. So x module dot exports async function. It's going to take a URL and a page. Right, wrong. Right, wrong. I think I can actually pass in a page here too. And everything up to this point I can put in my main file. I'm pretty sure. And then where I'm at right here, this stuff can come out. Put that in here. Oh, up here. There we go. Then I think I can pass the page to this URL and page. URL page. That's good. Then await. We'll say const download guesty so we'll say guesty we'll loop through those actually, so we'll say CIA data dot links dot for each link oh, I don't know if I can do for each. Oh. I might be able to do a for loop. Let's try that. For var I equals 0, I is less than CIA data dot links dot length I plus plus. And then we'll just say var link is equal to CIA data dot links at the index of I let's just run through it then. If link dot includes guesty, then we will run download guesty. We'll wait for it. CIA data dot files dot push. We'll do that. Now I gotta add that, and we var CIA data dot files is equal to an array there we go. We're going to give this the URL and page. Oh wait. This seems so fucked. I doubt this will work. Return working. Let's just say await page dot go to URL. Ugh. This feels jank. Holy shit. It worked.
You got a compassion.
Yes. I assumed that would probably start happening with these, but that's fine.
I was watching my driver's ed video. What happened? What worked?
What happened?
Yeah, what worked?
So, I did all this bullshit, created a for loop, and it actually ran the for loop and waited for the return, and I don't know, it just seemed like it was me kind of figuring out like how shit worked without knowing, and just being like, I think this is how it works. Because I'm running asynchronous, like there's a lot of weird stuff in JavaScript when it comes to asynchronous functions and waiting for things to be done, and depending on how you want to work the workflow that you want to use. This is the first time that I've really started programming with the await in ES6, and so the await kind of gets rid of the nested look of everything, because like normally what you'd have is, if it's an async function, you'd have like a run the function and then do a dot then, and then inside of that you capture whatever the return of the function is, and then you can program with inside of those brackets. But this way it's kind of like on this line, do this stuff, wait for the result, and then assign the value to that, and then move on with the code. Which is, it's very different. Usually what happens is like run through the code, anything that hasn't got to us yet, we'll assign it later. Do everything that it says, you know?
Instead of waiting.
And it's just a very different way to program stuff, you know? It's like the idea, it's like none of the code underneath this is going to run until this is done. What? That's weird. That's not JavaScript-y at all.
Do you like it more?
It's, yes, yeah, because it's cleaner, honestly, like instead of having everything nested so much.
Yeah.
It's all on one, kind of like one playing field, which is nice. So now comes the CAPTCHA solving. Let's also do an else.
How long are you staying up tonight?
No, I'm a weird person, man. Like I could stay up. I could be up for another 4 hours. I could be up for another 20 minutes. I don't know. I've streamed for 10 to 12 hours before.
I think my hardest stream, I did a 24-hour stream, and I said never again. It was not fun.
Wow.
At the beginning, I had, first 12 hours, I was good, and then started to get to that 16, 18-hour mark, and I was just done.
No thanks.
Yeah, no, don't do it.
Or download. We'll call it download. So got my mic in my own face, blocking my shit. Cease the Okay, so now we have two separate files that are going to go to different websites and get the data. One's the guesty one, one's the ceasely, and I believe that's the only ones they use. So here's the CAPTCHA for that one. Let's see what happens when I run it now. Well, of course that's going to happen. I don't need an else, I just need two ifs. And also that. I don't think download ceasely is not defined. Oh. Is it ceasely? Ceasty. Okay, all those had CAPTCHAs, but they all loaded up. And it looks like they're all using Google's reCAPTCHA.
That's inconvenient.
But the good news is we have the ability to get these solved. So let's.
But don't the reCAPTCHAs cost more?
1,000. I mean, I think I probably will end up spending, like, if I get this done right, probably spend like 10-15 bucks to scrape all the 3DS ROMs probably.
Yeah. And then you're gonna put the 3D ROMs on a website.
And then I'm gonna download all of their ROMs. And the cool thing is I'll actually have the links to the, because all this is, these are all just steps to get me to the actual link that's a static link. So once I have it once, I don't need to go through that bullshit again. Like, I could actually use that as a separate backup mirror on my site if I make one.
Yeah.
Which would probably get me in trouble.
I won't tell if you don't tell. And Twitch doesn't tell.
They're not gonna tell. I'm not that popular. Come on. It doesn't believe me? Okay, cool. So this is the whole thing here. It takes you to this page. Click this, it's going to take you to another page. And then I actually have a subscription. If I don't, which I can sign in. Oh, I should, that's what I need to do first. I need to grab that sign in script that I wrote. Signs me into this and it lets me download all of them like at once. I can keep downloading as many as I want without the limit, because they give you a limit of how many you can download at a time. But it's actually pretty cool. And then download the file. Bam. It says error. What's the error?
Did your firewall
No, I think it's because it's trying to save it in it, and I have a path that is not a full path. I need to get the full path to this. Where it is revealing Explorer. I want to get that full path because I set a path for the download direct to go, and it's just not. I think that's the problem that it had. I was in that browser and I've set the path to be like a relative path, and I guess that doesn't work. Let's try this all again. I'm pretty sure. I'm taking a shot in the dark with that answer, to be honest, bud. But I'm assuming that might be what it is. Because normally it would pop up and ask me where I want to save it, but since I've set a download location, I think that's what it's looking for. So how we'll tell is if I click it and it automatically goes in this folder, then we know we did something right.
Alright.
Okay. Traffic lights. Doot, 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 doot. Oh. Doot, 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 doot. So I know what they've did. They've made this so that it's going to be it's going to cost more money to be able to get what we want to do. But not to fear, I can throw 50 bucks at this project and it wouldn't really, it'd be worth it. And it looks like it's only probably going to be that first one there. Please wait 4 seconds. Fuck you, I don't want to wait. Yeah, see, this is the problem here. But let me, my account, let's see, what did I put? Oh, I figured it first try. Okay. So, my account. See if I click this. There it goes. And if we look over here, bam, son. That was the problem. There's the file.
Let's go.
Yeah, there's the ROM. Well, now we just need to automate that process that I just did. That means that I need to make a check to see if the CAPTCHA element exists. If the CAPTCHA element exists, run the toCAPTCHA process, which they have information on. So this browser, I automatically set the default download location into the ROMs. That's pretty cool. That worked first try, really. That's really awesome. Let's see. toCAPTCHA Node.js. Import CAPTCHA solver from your API key. Image. I'm not going to send them an image. Node.js reCAPTCHA toCAPTCHA. reCAPTCHA. Here we go. Decode reCAPTCHA v2. Google key. The page URL. Response. Response.text. Returns. Retrieve previously solved CAPTCHA. Okay, so that's not too difficult. Now we have to pass that. Do we have to pass that solve to the next page? Or does it automatically do that for... I think we do have to pass that token onto the next page. There's a gentleman that I was watching on YouTube that was doing it. The exact thing. History. Don't mind all the twerking videos I watch. No, I'm just playing.
You could use Chromium, but if you option, you can pass. We are making a new tab. We are navigating to our page URL with goto. We are getting our username. We are typing it out in the user_reg input box. We're getting our password, and we are typing that in the 2 password fields, and then we are clicking. So here, specify that here. We pass it the site key that we pulled from our source. We are giving it our API key that we got from toCAPTCHA. We are sending our page URL, which is the URL that the CAPTCHA is protecting, and we are specifying that we would prefer a JSON response. We are logging that we're submitting a solution request to toCAPTCHA. And we post to the submit URL with that form data. And then we get a response back, and we parse that response and then get the request ID out of it. The request ID is something that ToCAPTCHA sends back to us so that we can use that request ID to poll for the request response, which we'll have to do after or at another time. So here our request ID is floating right here. The next step is to poll for the request results, which I have bucketed here. Pass it the API key and the request ID. I do have some additional parameters here that have defaults with the thought that I might customize these at some point later in time. So we have the API key, we have the request ID, we have the number of, or the maximum number of retries to poll, which I've set to 30. We have a polling interval of 1500 milliseconds, 1.5 seconds, and a delay of 15 seconds. So this is the cost that is added to bypassing CAPTCHAs. One, we have to pay ToCAPTCHA, and two, it slows our automation way, way, way down. And that is a substantial cost. Time is money. So we are here. We log out that we are waiting just so we get something on the console. We await the timeout. We await our 15 seconds. Timeout here is just a function that it's a set timeout that returns a promise so that I can use it with await. And then we are polling for request capture results. So here I'm using the NPM module promise-poller, which is a very, very useful NPM module for when you need to poll for a promise producing method. So it'll continually poll that promise, waiting for a resolution, and every time it gets a rejection, it'll try again up to a certain amount. So here our task function for the poll method is request capture results, which we're passing in a key and ID. And then we're waiting the 1.5 seconds in between, and we are trying this at most 30 times. So request capture results, we pass it the API key and the request ID. We form the URL with this template string. It's just the retrieve URL endpoint for ToCAPTCHA. We'll pass it our API key again, of course. We are specifying an action of get. We are passing it our request ID, and then specifying that here as well, we would prefer a JSON response. From this method, we are passing back an asynchronous function to task function. So the function that's actually being pulled here is this inner function. And then within that asynchronous function, we are returning a promise, and the executor for that promise is right here. So we have the resolution, or the resolve and the reject functions. We are console logging every time, so we get something on the console. We're making a request for this URL up here, getting the response, parsing the response as JSON. If the response status is 0, then we are going to reject this try for the poll, because that just means ToCAPTCHA has not yet concluded its CAPTCHA solving process, so we need to try again. If the status is anything but 0, then we resolve this promise with the response that the reCAPTCHA needs in order to proceed. Let's actually console log that value out so we can see what it actually looks like. We can log that out up here so we can see what they all look like. Now we go back up here. We have our response after we polled for the requested results. We log it out right here, and then we enter that response in the g-reCAPTCHA-response field, which should be present on the page now. And we just shove that in there with nothing special, no massaging, and then we are good to go. So let's see if that actually works. So we have a page. We have submitted our solution to reCAPTCHA. We've entered stuff. Now we're going to wait. There's nothing saying that you have to wait 15 seconds, but I found that 15 seconds is a good starting point, so we're not just polling more than we need to. So here we've got polling for response, status 0, status 0, status 0, request capture not ready. There we go. status 1. This is our response. We've entered it in the field. We've clicked submit, and now we are logged in and passed reCAPTCHA.
Okay.
Boom. That's it. That's really how easy it is. It's wiring up an API, and actually you can find ready-made NPM modules that will do all this for you. So all you have to enter is your API key. But this is something that you can do now. These sites, they might look a little shady. You might have to buy things with Bitcoin or stuff like that. But they work, and if you're looking to bypass CAPTCHAs, they are fantastic. So that's it. Thank you very much. You are now on your way to being an elite automator of anything you want to on the internet. If you like...
All right. So he made his a bit more crazy than this. Node to CAPTCHA. Yeah, I think that they've simplified this a lot, but I think it's still the same. Let me run the code again. One thing I'm going to change is instead of popping it, I'm going to shift it so I get the first element in the array. Inspect. All right, 1 second, I'll be right back.
All right.
I wonder if I can set the referrer for the request to like the page I came from. Maybe that would limit whether or not I need to do the reCAPTCHAs or not. Because I know I'm coming straight to the link, and that might be sketchy. Instead of having a referrer. Let me see how to do that with... let's see how to do that. Puppeteer set refer. Set extra HTTP headers. I don't know if that's the it looks like I can pass it, maybe pass it in to the go-to function. Let's see what that does. So come here. Let's pass in the current URL. Right now it's just the CIA list. That'll change though. We'll leave it like that for now. Damn it, still doesn't care. Refer isn't enough. Well, let's solve the captchas then. I closed it? Really?
What happened?
Oh, nothing. I closed the browser and I was going to keep it up and kind of inspect a little bit of the CAPTCHA stuff.
I think it's Control-Shift-T. It pulls up your most recent tab.
Yeah, but it opens it up in a separate...
Oh, it wasn't the...
It's bringing up its own one. So what I want to do is... What? I clicked something and it disappeared.
Immediately.
If I click...
No more waiting for the
okay.
download to finish.
If I click anywhere else, it just gets rid of it. So...
Hey, I'll be back in a minute.
If you have a website, you need to protect your user.
Oh, back.
Error.
Solving Recaptcha v3. Is that where you're getting now?
Yeah,
Is
those are
v3s?
V3s. So wait, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not getting V3s. Let's see. No, not V. Let's see. Let's see, V3. Where's the reCAPTCHA with the checkboxes, the other ones, the images? think that's still v2. Oh, they're using v3 because v3 is the one that checks if they think that if Google thinks that you're not a robot, then it automatically lets you through based on what it gives them a score, and then they can check whether they want you to do the solves or not. And so I'm not passing with that. That's why in my regular browser I pass the score, but with the automated browser I'm not. My score isn't high enough.
This might be a dumb question, but would a VPN help?
A VPN? No, for what I'm doing, a VPN would probably be worse because the chances of a VPN IP being like marked as a bot is higher than my IP address being marked. Like, because it's not about my IP address. They are as well. They're probably doing that. Like, how many times have I been here? They track that kind of stuff probably with Google. But, but it's also likely that other people have used almost any VPN I try.
Yeah, that's true.
Fire hydrants. Let's see. I click one. I just wonder what's going on here.
Is it even letting you inspect it? Are you even able to inspect it?
If I...
It doesn't even look like it was letting you.
No, but I don't think that's how that works anyways. Man, there's a fuck ton of hydrants here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they also are making you do a bunch of them. Huh?
Oh my.
Yeah, it's crazy how many they're making me do. That would slow me down so much.
That was like 10.
But the reason why I want to do this site so bad is regardless of how long that takes, it's still faster than some of the other sites because they have such slow download speeds. Like right now, I'm gonna download this in like 340 megabytes. I'll probably download in like 6 minutes or less. Yeah, from this site. But from the other sites, I mean, it was stalling out. It wouldn't even download half the time. This one's got fast speeds, and I already have a subscription to that website. So, let's see. Let me grab my code from the other one too. What was that? Here it is. So this signs me in with Nightmare. Alright, I think I'm on the right track. I think I know what I want to do now, at least. It's just going to take forever. It's going to cost.
What do you think?
It changes some stuff. Like, I think now I'm going to sort. I'm going to sift and only download US titles right now. So I don't waste any money on the ones that I can't play on my system.
Yeah.
That'll shorten the list a little bit.
You could also look at like the most popular ones as well if you wanted. And only do that many until you make a profit.
Right. Interestingly enough, the way that I've got this code written, I almost could drag and drop it into my current code. Just change some of the function names, I think. Config.json, so I could take copy. So now I can require this. And then what? Wait for selector. That's one thing that I think, that's the only thing I think really needs a change. I could start by doing that. Index. Let's see what happens. Index. Const. Oh. Okay. Then could I say await Fisher sign in page? What happens? What happens? Can you tell me what's gonna happen? You don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. Makes me want to finish this download though. Screw it. Exit. I want it to sign me in first. I don't think that's gonna happen. Okay, so it didn't go anywhere. Await. I think I maybe put this too soon. Let's just say await, await, await,
Do you have a streaming schedule, or is it kind of just whenever?
whatever right now, but I want to get more into doing it like on a regular.
Mm-hmm.
goes. There it went. Sweet.
The Apache?
No, not that part. The
Login?
part that so I can start downloading. Like right now, it's already cached in there that I downloaded or that I signed into that site. So now when I do go past this shit, and I actually do get past it,
Why does that refresh so many times?
because I have a low score probably. Like it probably really thinks that I'm a robot.
What kind of art robot?
I'm not a robot. Look, I'm clicking shit like a grown up. Don't show me foreign crosswalks. I'm from America. I don't know any of that.
Please try again.
Don't you be another hydrant. So bam. Work in progress. Wait for it to load.
Let's go.
It should just let me download it now. Bam. I didn't have to go to that page or anything. It just automatically lets you download now that I'm signed in. Saves me a whole page. And you see how much faster I downloaded it? Yeah.
For real, that was insane.
Nice.
I'm just glad my internet hasn't cut out again.
So now I do need to get past that recaptcha. Dude, Puppeteer in Node.js or in Nightmare are so similar. I only had to change like the name of two functions really. For this to work. That was pretty awesome. Oh, that was perfect. I mean, to be honest, like, I do have another server that runs all the time. I could load this project up on that server and just set it to go, and it's really not going to be much. Like, it might take a week to download everything, but I'm not doing anything while it's doing that. So can you believe that with that Puppeteer module, these 12 lines of code is everything I needed to go to that website, that one website, and log into my account? It's everything. That's pretty crazy. Pretty simple. But alright, I'm gonna call it a night. I'm pretty sure your internet went out. Yeah.
Hello?
I was gonna say, I think you. Yeah.
Can you hear me? Alright.
Yeah.
So you're hopping off? Alright.
No
Appreciate you
problem.
hanging out.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
You'll see when I'm streaming now, I guess, on Discord, right?
Possibly.
Possibly.
I don't have my Discord notifications on my phone.
Well,
Yeah.
then you should just sub to me, or follow me and turn on notifications from Twitch.
I don't have Twitch notifications on either. I think I'm following you, right?
Yeah.
I'm following you. Alright. I'll figure it out.
Later.
Alright. Good night. Later.